Peace, family. You know what I'm saying? It's Big Den coming to you from Fresno, California, the United States of America. You know, I know you probably read the title, so-called black woman, and I said that for a reason. I said that because so-called is a term that they gave us. We didn't label ourselves as black. We never labeled ourselves as black. But I'm speaking directly to the melanated queens out there. Let you know you got real love out here from us brothers out here with our eyes open, you know. And I just wanted to let y'all know that y'all not giving yourself enough credit on some levels and giving yourself too much credit on other levels. We all have been Europeanized. We all guilty of this or have been subjected to the European lifestyle, and that's cool because we can't help the environment we born into. But to my black woman, I want to let you know that you're the most dominant, purest thing on the planet. You are the most dominant being on the planet, genetically, spiritually, as well as physically, for a whole bunch of reasons, and I'm gonna tell you why. You know, the black woman has been demeaned and pushed back and made to look like a vile creature, and the black woman is not none of those things. But in today's society where we live, this is where, you know, this is what's happening. You know, they disrespecting our black queens, you know what I'm saying, our melanated queens. And that's the way we have been conditioned, you know, to disrespect our women, our queens. And I call y'all queens because based on my research, that's what you are. That's what your lineage is. That's what your bloodline is. Every last one of y'all come from royalty. Every last one of y'all give birth to the life of the planet. You know, whether it's male or female, it all started with you. And I'm paying homage to the black woman and giving you an inspirational because I love y'all. I'm proud to say that. You know what I'm saying? The black woman is the only woman I ever dealt with. You know, I've been married to a beautiful black woman. You know, even though we divorced, we still friends. You know, we cool like that. You know what I'm saying? And the black woman, understand that the European is trying to, or not trying, the European has separated you from your true statehood, your true position in life. You know, we live in a patriarchy, you know, hence the term patriot, meaning this is a system driven by men. In ancient Africa, or ancient Kemet, or Kush was the name of Africa before the Europeans changed it to Africa. But in ancient Kush, we lived in a matriarchy where the women was the ones who called the shots, and the man was a soldier. The king was the soldier. He was the top warrior who was the enforcer of the queen. Back in those days, you couldn't be a pharaoh unless you had the blessing of the top matriarch, the top shaman, or not the shaman, the high priestess. You wasn't gonna be a pharaoh if you wasn't granted the blessing of the black woman, you know. And this is why they say the black woman is God, because the black woman has started life. She give life to all races. All races come from the black woman, you know. But y'all as black queens, y'all queens, fuck the word black. They call us black. but we more than that. You know, we carbon beings. We kissed by the sun. We children of the sun, but they don't want you to know that. It's the reason why we the only people on the planet that can absorb sunlight. You know, everybody else that don't have no African lineage, the sun directly attacks them. Little by little, it kill them every day. That's why they get sunburned and we don't. Your hair is the best and the strongest on the planet. But they duped you into thinking, you know, in this European mind frame, you know, that your hair ain't worth dealing with. You know, when your hair is very powerful. You know, your hair absorbs sunlight. But you got to do the research to find this out. You know, when white women talk about black women hair being nappy and all of that, that's all for a reason. You know, and I won't get into specifics, but I will say this. The European hair follicle is identical to a dog. Now, this is not knocking the Europeans, but everybody that I know that know white folks, and it's not knocking white folks, but when their hair get wet, it smell like puppies or it smell like dog, you know, and that's for a reason, but that's because it's genetically identical. Their hair follicle is genetically identical to a canine under the microscope. Ours is not, you know. But speaking on the terms of the black woman, your hair was revered. You got to understand that the black woman was worshipped back in ancient times. She was worshipped. She was loved. All the other races worshipped the black woman because they respected her and they understood where she came from, her lineage. You know, the queens. It was two astrologies or astrological, so I'll say it, constellations named after the black queens or the queens of ancient Kemet. And one of them was named Andromeda, you know, and that speaks to how beautiful the black woman is. You know, the black woman was worshipped as a goddess. You know, but in this system that we live in now, it's created to where the black woman is made to look like the most vile thing on the planet. And that ain't so. You know what I'm saying? So I want you sisters to look into your lineage, look into your history. Understand where you come from, because we didn't start here as slaves. We was doing a lot bigger things before we came over here as prisoners of war, working for these folks, doing what we do now, you know, eating what we eat now, living how we live now. It wasn't like that before, you know, and I feel the only way that our race can make change is if the queens stand up, because us as kings, we need y'all. You know what I'm saying? A true brother gonna admit that he need his queen. And if he want his seed to go on with the power, he needs the black queen, he needs the woman with him. You know, so the seed can stay strong. But only the black woman can provide that, you know. And this is what the black woman need to do, in my opinion, is to stand up. Research your history, research your lineage, and find out how powerful you really are. Because any move you make, we gonna move with you, because it's in our DNA. When a woman, or like, for instance, if a wife, any wife, yell out for her husband help, that husband gonna go out there and support her. Whatever he have to do, he gonna do it. Whatever the case may be. This is how it was back in ancient Kush, aka Egypt. You know, and this is why I say, hey, the women stand up and start making changes, start demanding things out of these brothers. It's going to be a big change in our society, you know, and I promise you, it's going to be some changes made, you know, and I love you, black women, you, the queens, all of y'all queens. I don't care what you doing. I don't care what you doing or how you living your life. I understand conditioning. I understand predictive programming. you know, and we didn't get here overnight, and we ain't gonna change overnight, but we can change day by day, one step at a time. We can push back, you know, and make historical movements, you know, in my lifetime before I pass, if don't nothing crazy happen, you know. But this is a shout out to you, Black Queens. You know what I'm saying? You do got love out here. You know what I mean? You got love out here. Everybody don't see you as no bitch or no hoe or no parasite or nothing like that. You know, so look into yourself. Find out about yourself. Understand what you are. Understand your strength. Understand your strength. And I ain't talking about the strong black woman, no. I'm talking about that queen that know how to run something, you know, and she know that she ain't gonna run it by herself. She need that army. She need that kingdom, you know, because the strong black woman is individualized. She do it all by herself. That's the one that says she don't need a man. She do everything by herself. And it's sad that, but it's most of those women that end up hitting the red line at 35 and never having nothing solid after that. Some might get lucky and get a man. You know what I'm saying? But if you a black woman with a good head on your shoulders and your expectations is too high and you get past 35, for whatever reason, you may not find that brother that you want to build with. You might have to settle for less or settle for nothing. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? But big ups to you. Good big ups to you, black woman. I see you, Miss Pro. That's a solid one right there. Miss Pro, that need to be y'all teacher right there. She can teach you how to do some things. You know what I'm saying? I know a few of those, and I'm blessed to know a few of those right there. That can, you know, some real women that can show these women that's lost the way. And that's not a knock to y'all. That's not a knock to y'all, because I love y'all and I know your potential. I know what you can do as a collective. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how our women moved in the past, as a collective. It wasn't no individualism. Everybody was their own person, yeah. But everybody was a collective that did things together, not against one another. You know what I'm saying? And that's the European mind frame that we live in right now, against one another, competing with one another. As long as we compete against one another, we ain't gonna make it nowhere. But once we learn how to get with each other and make moves, that's when you're gonna start seeing change. And I believe all that change start with the black woman. So may the ancestors be with you and the grand architect smile on you.